Let's take a look at AMC shares here this morning, too. That's been an interesting one as we've tracked the shares sinking after a judge late last week approved the company's plans to convert its preferred equity units called APEs into common shares. Here, you're taking a look at the AMC shares. Of course, one of the names in meme mania in early 2021. Those shares right now sitting at about $3.40 a share, down 35% today on this move from the judge that had been put forward, and something that a lot of the traders were watching coming into this occasion as well.
Yeah, and a lot of the investors didn't want them to make this move, right? Because they felt that if they do this conversion, it's going to dilute the value for existing shareholders, which indeed it will. That's why you see the AMC shares coming down. That's why you see the APE shares going up. So this was a victory for the company because it wanted to be able to raise cash by making this conversion and potentially issue more shares as well. Whether it will be a victory for the shareholders, in the long term remains to be seen. Because if the company argues it needs to make this conversion, then issue more shares to raise cash, that it argues is good for the business. Maybe in the long term it will be, but in the short term, obviously, it's not great.
Yeah, it was one of the, controversial, but at the same time, crafty ways that the executives and Adam Aron had tried to make sure that they were taking advantage of, or at least cozying up to some of the new retail investors that were making their way into the name, offering them things like, discounts on movie tickets, concessions even, all of those things that kind of, drive you into that theater experience along with the titles, things that would make it that much more appealing to be a shareholder at the same time if it was a brand or an experience that you really did believe in and were attracted to. But at the same time, that coming in large, disappointment to shareholders who had been legacy shareholders of some of those AMC holdings as well here. So we're continuing to watch that price action as we move on throughout the rest of the day here, the first day since the judge ruling took place here.